So I think that is the main point of confusion, is that self-marriage is about self-love, and it's saying that self-compassion and self-care is as important as romantic love. It doesn't mean you're rejecting all other meaningful relationships in your life and becoming a nun forevermore.
OK.
It means you're rejecting bad relationships.
So is that not something that one should feel about themselves anyway, and so you don't really need to go through a whole ceremony?
Absolutely, if only there was a bit more self-love in the world. But this is a sort of statement which looks to raise the profile of self-love, saying it's as important as romantic love, and doing it as a formal ceremony as anyone else would have a wedding.
So when you did get married, you weren't actually saying, I'm just going to be happy with myself forever.
Lock myself in a cave, never touch anyone.
So you don't have to get divorced from yourself if you marry someone else?
Absolutely not. Like, you know, marrying yourself is a long life commitment to be responsible for your own happiness, so divorce is not an option.
Of course.
Right. So then Ruari comes along, and you meet Ruari, and you had a lovely relationship.
Lovely-ish, yeah.
Oh, OK.
We did. Yeah, for a couple of months.
Ruari had come from a very different world, whereas Sophie had sort of made this decision to just look after herself and focus on herself. You'd come from a world where anything goes.
You can have your cake and eat it.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, that's what polyamory attempts to do, at least.
Does it achieve it?
Well, no, I don't think so, no.
Because
I think it's not just trying to have your cake and eat it, it's trying to have several cakes, and that's too many cakes.
So was it the fact that there was just too many options for you, or was it jealousy?
It's too much work.
Right.
It's too much work.
It's a bit greedy, isn't it?
Yeah, ultimately.
Yeah, I guess it's like when you've got too much on, you've got too many projects going on, and you've overloaded yourself. It's like that emotionally.
OK, so emotionally, which so you meet Sophie and you have a lovely-ish relationship for a few months. But then how long was it, though? Because you'd obviously turned your back on the polyamorous adventure to come for a monogamous adventure. And then how long was it before you started thinking, oh, I'm getting itchy feet here and I quite fancy having a little bit more cake?
Well,
it was about 5 months, wasn't it?
OK.
And I think it was more, we had the chat
right.
to establish where things were, and then it became clear that you were kind of more wanting no strings, and I was like, that doesn't make me feel great.
OK.
And also I think you weren't in a great place.
No, because I'd had a polyamorous relationship with one lady, but others on the side, and the one lady I'd had...
How many others on the side? Sorry.
It differed. I think at one point there was about 7, but...
7?
Mostly about 3 or 4. It was knackering. It was knackering, Amanda. It was knackering.
7?
It's like one every day of the week.
Yeah.
Or
Think about that for a minute.
Sometimes more.
I can barely deal with crispy.
But the interesting thing here, so you've decided that this wasn't right for you.
I deserved better.
You deserve better, quite.
Quite
so
right.
you can walk away.
Absolutely.
But what I'm finding intriguing, Roy, is that having sort of thought that you wanted a little bit more on the side, actually, you sort of started thinking about the situation and thinking about what Sophie done, and you decided that you were going to then go and marry yourself. What did your friends and your family, more to the point, make of the idea that you were going to marry yourself?
Well, I didn't tell them.
OK.
It was quite a last-minute thing. I was on a job in Las Vegas with a production company that I work for, and I had been thinking about it because we'd split up about 2 months before, and I've been thinking she is actually pretty sorted. So whatever she's done has worked.
Yeah.
And we got to Las Vegas, and there were loads of chapels all over the place, and suddenly I thought I could do it now, and it would be really easy. I wouldn't have to put in loads of planning. I could just do it.
And you had a tattoo done. Can we see your tattoo?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's right here if you want to have a look.
And it's a tattoo?
There we go. There we are. Me.
It's a heart and it says me.
Yeah.
So having met... were you surprised that Rory did this, Sophie, having met him and known him for quite well, that he's embraced this side of his life?
I wasn't surprised because he's a quirky person like me, but I was very happy for him. He sent me a photo of his tat, and I was like, yay!
So you're pleased with that? And
Yes.
do you feel that having made this sort of
commitment
to yourself, you'll be able to... Has that sort of reduced your need to be polyamorous? Do you think you can...
I have no need to be polyamorous now.
So that's cured?
Well, yeah, totally.
Or reduce that desire?
Well, I think the thing about polyamory is that you're sort of trying to give more love and get more love. But actually ends up being you have almost none. Yeah, totally. I mean, I was incapable of loving myself when I was polyamorous. Whereas now, I love myself, which means I can love other people.
In the right way.
In the right way,
Sophie. Yes, importantly.
Setting the standard.
So it was really good that you met each other, really, because you've learnt a lot. Well, you've certainly learnt from her.
Absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm a convert. I think it's a great idea. I think loads of people should think about polygamy.
Well, look, it's been brilliant to have you come and share your story.